we said earlier, I mean, she's trying everything that he said. He watched her try everything that he said. So you have to understand it's easy to go, well, Samson, he's just, he's a moron. He's just dumb. I don't think so, guys. I think he kind of liked the game. I think he kind of enjoyed that moment of being able to say, and push a little bit more. Remember right before he told her the truth, braid my hair type stuff. But he liked playing on that, but here's why. Because he was just sure he'd never blow it. He wasn't going to do this thing. He'd already decided he was not going to tell her the truth. And in the end result, he finally did. It's kind of wild because we talk about, how would you get there? We always talk about that thing called baby steps. The idea one step after another, one step after another, that we do that. What we have to understand is that's what the enemy wants us to do. He wants to be able to have us just take a little closer direction going the way that's going to ruin our life. A little closer. Oh, but I'll never go there. A little bit closer. But I'll never go there. A little bit closer. And little by little, he gets us there. I want you to think a little bit about that. I want to show you something that I thought was interesting. A place in Norway. I'll tell you a little bit about it, but just check this out. This is a place called Preikestolen, I believe is how it's pronounced. That means pulpit rock, and it's in Norway. It's over 600 feet straight up or down, however you want to look at it. That's 2 football fields. Look at that crack all the way that goes clear down there. And yet people are still standing there, aren't they? My question is, why do we do that? And I'll admit, I would probably do that. But what is it about doing that? Oh man, dude. What we have to understand, guys, is there's something about that getting close to the edge. There's kind of a rush about that, kind of a thrill of being able to do that. And so, we kind of get to the edge and kind of look, but we're trying to be careful. But there is a thing. Guys, you have to understand that that's true in life as well. That there is kind of that rush and that thrill to get close. Look at what Samson did. I mean, she did everything he said. No great surprise when she did the final thing that he said as well. And what you have to understand is he saw all that, and all of a sudden you see the beginning of the problem and what's really going on there, and that is this. He was ignoring the negative stuff just because he wanted to keep the relationship. As you begin immediately to see where the problem lies. When we start doing that, when we're seeing stuff that we're just kind of looking the other way, that's where we need to start going, is this a bad relationship that's going to lead me to really mess up my life? Guys, most of us have been there. And so through the process of that understanding, it changes everything. So here's some things that we have to learn to avoid. Guys, we have to make sure that we learn to avoid the thrill of sin. You have to understand that the enemy makes sin exciting, otherwise nobody would do it. And so the thrill of sin is kind of one of those things. It's kind of like if you were a professional car driver. You have to know that one of the thrills of doing that is that can happen. Things can go wrong. And so the thrill of sin is one of those things we have to be careful we don't kind of get addicted to that, to play closer and closer to the edge where we could end up kind of losing it all, which, for the record, Samson does end up losing it all. So guys, you have to realize that reality. 1 Thessalonians 5:22 says to avoid even the appearance of evil. That's why. Because by doing that, we have an opportunity to stay away so much from that edge that can end up, we don't mean to, toppling us right over and messing us up. The other thing is the pride aspect. Guys, I remember this. The whole idea of, well, I would never go there. I wouldn't do that. No, I mean, I know other people have blown it and doing all that, but no. I mean, I see some things here, but I'll never go there. And guys, the end result is we're falling over the edge. Like, how did I get here? The same way that Samson did.